Okay, well, welcome to everyone for our X39 launch. Every single week here in Australia, we relaunch and launch a whole lot of new brand partners into their own incredible life-changing business with this new technology that's been about 18 months here in Australia. And my name is Vanessa.
And I'm Andrew.
And we have brand partners for just on 6 months now, actually. And not only been brand partners, but are excited as people that love sharing this. And when it comes to ranks, we are senior directors, which just means that we love helping people help people. And currently we've got about 350, 360 on our team. And we also are part of an incredible community across Australia and globally. So we come through out of a team called the This Is It team, and that's who we are hosting on behalf of tonight. And we also have an amazing team out of Australia too. So this is in over 100 countries. So anyone you can think of, even as you're listening to this presentation tonight, anyone that comes to your heart, we are literally saying, as soon as this recording goes out, why don't you send it off to that person that comes front of mind, front of heart, front of spirit, and just send them the link to this opportunity so they can listen. It doesn't matter what country they are in, they will be able to access the X39 technology. So we're just going to turn and present to you tonight a little bit about the X39 and what we're talking about. And you'll just see that in a presentation. Would you just give me a thumbs up if you can see this screen? Can you see the screen? Awesome.
Great.
So going to hand it over to Andrew to start, and I'll just jump in.
Well, the first question we always ask is, have you been patched yet? So I have my patch on my back. I'm not sure yours is probably on your back as well. And so have you been patched? And whoever has bought you here tonight, if you live in the vicinity of where they are, they will get one of these patches on you. These patches are non-transdermal. There's nothing going into your bloodstream. We're going to go through the impact of this patch, but you've got to put it on to even just break the barrier of what this potentially can be for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to talk a little bit about the inventor himself. And so this is not a new company. This is not actually, it's actually not a new technology. For about 20 years, David Schmidt as the inventor and CEO, which we actually always want to say, we've been around a lot of companies where they will hire in their inventors and hire in their scientists. Yeah. And what that just means is that they're doing a lot of this, people can come and go, and a bit less ownership. But here, David Schmidt himself is the owner and CEO of Lifewave.
Yeah. And really, it's because of that, to me, I see it as a legacy business, where this is part of his legacy of what he's wanting to build. And he's young. There's many decades ahead of what he wants to achieve. So this is a really solid, healthy company with a lot more vision to go.
And so he was already really, really respected in the industry that he was in, with loads of patents to his name. But he's always had a passion for age reversing, always age reversing. And so he focused a lot of his research, even back in 2008, before it was kind of on trend to talk about stem cells. He was focusing all his research here. Previous to that, what was happening for David is he'd actually already been working with light therapy technology. And he was first engaged by the US military. In fact, he was asked to design a technology that would keep the Navy SEALs awake when they were in their submarines and weren't coming up to see natural light or sun for about 6 months at a time. So they were often packing their bodies with all the kind of chemicals and the stimulants. And so he actually had the research and development funding to work on a patch that would allow energy to actually be created from within and really using the light therapy technology, which is what we'll talk about in a minute. And he developed his first patch called the Energy Enhancer. War broke out, funding went from there into defense again, from research into defense. He was able to keep the patent on this particular technology. And then he released these Energy Enhancer patches into some athletic communities. Some of the Olympic swimmers began to use this technology. And what happened is that year that it was used by some Olympic swimmers like Michael Phelps was the year that America won the swimming, and everyone won what stimulants they had, and they made them do drug test after drug test. And actually, in fact, what it was they were wearing is the Energy Enhancer, the first patch from Lifewave itself. And now all those patches have evolved. There's a few generations of different patches, what we call support patches. But in the background, he was developing the X39, which really was what he wanted to release so that stem cells would reactivate in our own body. So here's the real deal. If you can get on any presentation from Lifewave Corporate, Lifewave Health on YouTube, and hear David himself teach into this technology, there's nothing like hearing from the inventor, and you'll catch the heart, the passion, and the spirit of what this company is.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, I love this because it's a patented technology. So for all of us who are involved with this, number one, it's either for our health, but it can also be for our wealth as well. And so what I love about this company is he has a patent. It's a 20-year patent, so it's about 3 years in now. So this is not a Me Too technology. It is one of a kind. No one else can use this. So anything that's out there is copied, fake, and doesn't have the same results. And so he has this patent for the next 16 years or so. And as we've seen the trajectory of this inventor and this company, as he creates something many years later, he evolves it into something even better. So this is something that we can be really confident in, even as we share this with people, that this is one of a kind. And so with this patent, it also says, you don't just sort of come up with a patent and they give you a piece of paper around it. It says a patent basically describes what it is and what it does. And so what we love about this technology is that we can have confidence in that in respect to the patent.
Absolutely. So this is what the stem cell activation patch does on your body. The second that it comes onto your body, the first thing you need to understand, in fact, Andrew's always saying this, you're like, I didn't know that by the time I was 30, and we're like nearly hitting 50 soon.
Yeah. One more year.
That by the time we were 30, half our stem cells have actually gone dormant and no longer are active in our bodies. By the time we're 60, we have less than 2% of our own body's stem cells left. And really what stem cells are is stem cells are the fabric and life of our terrain, which are going to become whatever our body needs. So if we needed more lung cells or heart cells, or we had issues or wounds or healing that we needed, these become the cells that we need in our body. So if you don't have them in your body, they can't become what your body needs to heal itself. The heart of this, and all you'll hear David ever say is, I know bodies can heal themselves given the right environment and the right awakening within inside them. And that's really what's happening.
And we're seeing that.
Your stem cells are waking up the second this patch gets on your body. And so you actually will no longer experience some of those symptoms of aging when these stem cells all wake up. So basically we say this is not short term. You're going to hear some what we call one patch wonders, but they're not the norm. What is happening is you are actually going to give yourself 1 month per decade of your life. So if you're brave and you want to put your age in the comments, go for it. But you are, and we love age. We actually celebrate every single age. But think about your age, divide it by a decade, and that's how many months you want to at least give your body the chance to have the X39 on it. And once all your stem cells have literally topped back up to nearly full capacity, then they'll start to do some deeper healing work. So the exciting thing is in Australia, we're nearly 18 months of this stem cell, this X39 on bodies here in Australia, and a few years over in the United States. So we are hearing stories now that are literally the 18-month stories, the 19 months, the 20 months. We are hearing incredible life-changing stories. If you will trust this technology in what we call the longer term, where ultimately this becomes preventative work and age reversing, not just it's going to heal one little pain I have in my body. So we just say, give this technology the time. Think about this a little more long term.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how X39 works. So it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's a patented nanocrystal technology. So there's no chemicals or anything in these patches. It's salts, it's aminos,
yeah,
and so on. It reflects light to activate. It actually uses your own heat to activate the copper peptides in your body to then activate and stimulate your stem cells. It's non-transdermal, so there is nothing going into your bloodstream. And there are no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. It's non-invasive. And so for me, that was, because we have this on our children, we have them on us, we have them on family members around us. That was really important for us because there's enough of those things around. We don't need that anymore. Something that is actually going to work with getting our body going again. And so to me, that is a huge, makes this product even more credible.
You can learn a lot more on thisisit.info.com. You'll even see videos. What is photo light therapy? Just short, sharp, amazing videos. When you're a brand partner, you have those videos on your own app, which you can share out as well. But the big key is just think about it like a messaging system. The same way you'd go out to the sun, and that sun would tell your vitamin D to elevate in your body, but actually it's not like something's touching your skin and then going through. It's not vitamin D coming from the sun. It's vitamin D in your body actually just developing again and switching on. It's those peptides that are switching on from the message from the sun. It's the same with what happens with the light of your body. It hits this messaging system and it's just communicating back via light to tell your copper peptides to elevate, which tells your stem cells to wake up. So that's why we can genuinely say there's nothing going through. Therefore, there is nothing contraindicative about this, no matter what medicine you're taking, unless it's current chemotherapy.
That's right.
Or an anti-rejection drug, or you're pregnant, or you're breastfeeding. Just the people that we wouldn't test it on. And so that's not who we'd recommend it to be on. There's no other drug that it contraindicates. The only thing we say is check in with your doctor every 3 months once you're X39, because if you're on certain medication, actually you might want to end up off some of those medications over time as you just see the results in your own body as it starts to heal itself.
Exactly.
So there's amazing benefits.
Huge benefits.
Yeah.
So increased strength. We're going to be sharing some great testimonies around this, but increased strength, reduced inflammation. One of the greatest causes of disease is inflammation. And so this is important. Increased stamina, energy and vitality. I know for me, within 3-4 days, my energy went through the roof. And I used to have highs and lows during the day. I'm consistent with my energy for the first time in as long as I can remember. And I'm hearing it time and time and time again with people. Mental clarity, that fog, that brain fog that comes with for lots of different reasons, gone. I know for me, that was one of the benefits that happened within a good week or so, that went. Restored muscle and skeletal condition. We're hearing that and we're seeing that improvement of sleep. I had a sleep apnea machine for a year, and the last 3-4 months I've come off my sleep apnea machine. I'm sleeping through the night like a zombie. Like I've never slept so well in my life. And again, we're hearing from so many people how good their sleep is. And if you do the studies on sleeping, it's so important to your rejuvenation and restoration and all those things when it comes to your body, and improved skin appearance. And so this also gets our collagen going. But collagen's not just for the face and the skin, although that's important. We all want that. It's also for our organs and our internals. And so this gets that going, as well as achieving optimal health and state of complete physical, mental, and I can't say it, social. So
social
well-being.
And we believe that. I actually like just speaking into the social for a moment, because when you can get some physical freedom going in your life,
so true,
and some mental clarity and some freedom there, it actually incredibly impacts relational connection. And when you can connect with yourself deeper and connect with others, that's what life is about. And so we're seeing that, we're actually seeing that on every level. It's just there's a freedom coming for people. And so it's really exciting what is happening for people on every single level.
Giving people a new lease of life. It's like the caves that some of them created for a whole bunch of different reasons. They're coming out of the cave with this. And so that's beautiful to watch and beautiful to see.
Yeah, exactly. So these are some long-term results, and we really want you to understand this, because there are a lot of people that are going to feel something shift in their body the second that patch goes on. Within that first few days, 4,000 of your genes are waking up, which is incredible.
Unbelievable.
So that you could feel that in different ways. From energy, pain could go straight away. A lot is just beginning to happen quickly in your body. Within 6 weeks, your brain is becoming balanced. And we actually have a scan of someone's brain where you see the inflammation literally going down. Because brains are balancing, this is where learning disorders and there's just young and mature on the spectrum in different ways have just noticing such clearer communication, clearer connection. Bodies are doing and responding, like
being able
Parkinson's,
to focus.
like there's so many amazing things are happening for people. So collagen, as Andrew said, within 6 months, all the studies are showing hearts reversing in age. Like we're seeing
Like
testimony after testimonies saying, the doctor's saying to a 50-year-old, I have the heart of a 30-year-old now. Like this is the kind of testimonies we're hearing.
So yeah, incredible things.
Really amazing.
So how to wear an X39 patch? Because lots of people go, okay, what do I do? Well, you wear your patch 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So here's the reason, is because this is activating all your stem cells. So it's working inside your body, but your body needs to rest. And so what I do as soon as I wake up, either beach, shower, whatever, straight after, I put it straight on. Now it is water resistant. I put it on regularly in the spring and summer, and go to the beach and come back, and it's fine. And it's there for the whole day. But I put it on after that. And then as I clean my teeth at night, I take it off. Unless I have so much energy that I need to wind down earlier because of just my personality and who I am and so on, I'll take it off an hour or two beforehand. But most days I take it off as I'm cleaning my teeth. So it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. Then throw the patch away. Or what many people have been doing is using the last sort of activation, few hours left in that patch, putting it near on their pet's bed or under their collar, so their pet gets the benefit. And we are hearing amazing stories of pets getting healed and pets coming back to life again that were like, aging very fast, that are starting to get their spring in their step. You're hearing some incredible things around that. So you can do that if you like. Then put a new patch on in the morning and repeat, unless you have a support patch, which we can talk about later on, that you can use on top of that. You can wear more than one at a time if you want to. If you feel like this is a day you need extra, or you've hurt yourself. I know Vanessa, when she fell down the stairs, she put that on, extra one on, and within a day, all that pain had gone and never had a problem again with that. You just got to drink plenty of water because of what it's doing in your body. So you're helping flush all the toxins and making sure you're hydrating yourself.
little touch of Celtic sea salt just activates all those electrolytes. So we get to hear a few stories tonight, and we love this part of really sharing about the patches, because at the end of the day, this is what it is. It's the life-changing stories that we're hearing, and it's simple. And we've been in the coaching industry for a long time, health coaching. But sometimes people get overwhelmed with everything else they think they have to do. We just say, just put this patch on one step at a time, just patch. That's as simple as your body needs in the beginning. And then all those other motivations begin to wake up after that. But really, it's as simple as patching. So we'd actually love to hear from Katrina if she is on tonight. She's been patching for about a month. And if you want to come off mute, and we just share your story with us as well, Katrina, about what's been happening for you.
Hi, everybody. So great to just hear that recap, Vanessa, and lock in some of the details that I still haven't quite locked in, because probably like some people here, it's been a whirlwind for me. I was given the patches probably 6 weeks ago by my ex-husband, and he sort of explained it but didn't really, and I was kind of like, okay, what is this sticker? I left it on the bench for a few weeks. I wasn't skeptical, but I certainly wasn't hooked. I didn't understand what he was talking about. And he had specifically mentioned the Eon patch as well as the X39, and he'd referenced inflammation and injuries and that sort of thing. And I injured myself quite badly, to the point where I would have normally had to go to the osteopath. I couldn't rotate my head in either direction. It was pretty bad. And I thought, oh, let me just stick this little sticker on my neck then and see what it does. And I wasn't thinking anything. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, what? And I have a pretty solid background in athletic related things, nutritional related things, things to do with health and science and so on. And I was just like confused really, but definitely fascinated. So I Googled it. I saw, okay, great, direct selling, network marketing. I have a strong network marketing background from way back, and I thought that's awesome. All right. Asked him for the number of the person who he got it from, which was Michelle, and she came in under Vanessa. And so I ended up having a coffee with Michelle and Vanessa. And actually, even for me, that alone was a very unusual move for me. It was just from the get-go, it was such an inner knowing that there's something here I need to pay attention to. My friends have laughed at me when I said I went and met Vanessa and Michelle for a coffee, because I don't go and meet people. I don't even see my friends very often. I'm very keep to myself, keep to my own business. I have a successful business. I'm not usually looking for anything. In fact, I've been pitched by nearly every different network marketing product person over the last few years, and I'm just forward focused on what I'm doing. So even as I was driving there, I was thinking, what on earth am I going for a coffee to talk about this product? What am I doing? And it was just a propelling, honestly. And I think when I went and met Vanessa and Michelle for the coffee, I think maybe that was my first day wearing the X39, I'm pretty sure. And then I was about to leave on a little getaway. I looked at the opportunity, and it was just, yes, you need to get involved with this. I had watched a little bit about the science with David. So I had watched enough to kind of go, oh, okay, yep, I get it. I understand what this is. It's for real, and I need to get involved. And I just went straight in at the diamond level, which is the highest level, because I could see straight away that even though there was still a lot for me to understand, that it made sense to me to have a lot of the product on hand and just to go all in from the place that I wanted to then operate from for my own personal health, as well as for my children. And just, I could see the business opportunity as well. I would say I started wearing the X39. The third day that I was wearing it, third day, I woke up at 4 a.m. And the backstory that I haven't mentioned is I've been extremely sick. I have had chronic activated Epstein-Barr virus for over 20 years, which I'm sure some people probably know what that is, some don't. It's kind of like glandular fever, that it's the virus behind glandular fever. And it was flaring really hard since the surgery that I had in October of last year. So I'd been a mess all this year. Like, on the surface of it, I'm fit, I'm healthy, and whoever sees me at my best. But behind the scenes, I was sleeping 16 to 18 hours a day. and barely functional the time that I was awake. I felt like a zombie. I felt like I was moving through water. I took a road trip with my kids up to the sunny coast. Probably, yeah, I think it was the second or third day that I was patching. And I didn't even feel like it's safe for me to be driving that far by myself. That's how exhaustive the fatigue was. And so it was the morning after that, though, that I woke up at 4 a.m. like fresh as a daisy. And my first thought was, oh no, I can't get up at 4 a.m. I won't cope. This is not okay. And then my second thought was, why do I feel so good? And I was sort of like, okay. I had a tiny nap that day, but I was napping 3 times a day for up to 2 hours. And the next day I woke up early again. And honestly, this product has been such a godsend for me. It's just very clearly something that God gifted me for healing reasons for myself, but also to share with others. And Vanessa will tell you, I was pretty, like, I don't really have time to focus on this. I was definitely all in, theoretically, but it was very clear actually from the get-go, I'm not going to be getting on, trainings or spending time on this. I have a business, I'm a single mom, and I was coming out of a long healing recovery journey as well. And it's only even in the last few weeks, you can't not get so excited, because the way my energy, mental focus, well-being has been compoundingly improving every single day. This last, I think, it's maybe my 5th week, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. It's mind-blowing to me. I was chatting to one of my best friends today on the phone about it, because she had seen me mention it online, and she asked, and she was saying, even your voice sounds different. And we've been best friends for about 25 years. And I said, I don't even remember when I've ever felt this good. I feel like I've returned to being the old me, except I don't even know if I was this good as the old me. Maybe 35 years ago, maybe when I was a kid, I'm not sure. So I'm so excited. And yeah, I just know that on a personal level, God brought this into my life to support my own healing, but also absolutely to share with others. And it's just given me a really surprising lease on life that I just didn't see coming. I have a business already. I have, the things that I focus on. I wasn't remotely looking for anything else from a business perspective. And yet it came along, and it's just been a game changer for those who I've shared it with as well, which is something that's, starting to get more and more exciting as I share with my loved ones, and then people I know through my business community and that sort of a thing. It's just, it's spinning me out, the results that people are getting. And as Vanessa said, or I think Andrew said, not everyone is a one-patch wonder. I was a bit of a one-patch wonder. Quite a few of my friends have been one-patch wonders. I know that with some people it takes a little bit longer, but it's shocking to me, honestly. And the other thing I want to mention, and then I'll probably just leave it there, because I'll talk all night otherwise, is that I was spending probably, I don't know, around $800 a month on pharmaceutical grade high level supplements for the condition that I had. And, I don't really want to spend that much money on supplements, but I was like struggling to function. I have dropped my supplement intake by about 60 to 70%. And I kind of just did it intuitively. I didn't really notice that I had just stopped taking my supplements. And then I sort of noticed, and I was like, oh, well, I never even really knew if any of that was doing anything. And I was getting it directly recommended from the functional medicine doctor. I wasn't just buying it off the shelf at Coles or something. I was getting the best stuff, and I'm not sure if it was doing anything. Whereas this, every single day. So for me, it's the mental clarity. It's the brain fog gone, obviously the physical well-being and energy, inflammation. I was quite puffy for me. That's just gone. My strength in the gym as an athlete has gone just back to, 20 years ago. And this is 4 weeks in. So you can't not give it a go, honestly.
So good.
Love your story.
Yeah.
If you follow Kat on socials, like, she's just starting to now just share, some of those daily benefits. And I do agree. Like, a lot of people just come in going, I'll just try a patch. And then literally it's just the compelling. It's that full body, like, I can't keep this to myself. So Thanks so much for sharing. Really, really appreciate it. And so much more to come out of your impact on people's lives. So we're going to hear from Sue. She is just getting so loved and well known. Her story that we posted has kind of gone all around the world because she was a one patch wonder as well. But Sue, there's a lot of people that won't know your story. Just briefly share, and then some of your like most current things that have been happening for you too.
Okay, thank you, Vanessa. So May last year, I actually started getting these most excruciating pain in my bottom, in my buttocks. Every time I sat down, it felt like I was sitting on a couple of rocks, and there was just no getting away from the pain. And so I went to the doctor, and my normal doctor wasn't there. It was her husband. And he said, "You've got sciatica." Well, I knew it actually wasn't sciatica because the pain wasn't going down my legs. So anyway, he said, "I can give you cortisone." I said, "No, I don't want cortisone." So I decided to go on the road of looking for other holistic means to treat it. So I've had Bowen therapy, I've had Reiki, I've had spinal flow, I've had kinesiology, I've had massage, I've had deep tissue massage, I've had acupuncture, I've had, you name it, I've had it. And for 9 months, nothing worked. It felt fabulous while I was having these treatments, but 20 minutes in the car driving home, the pain would come back and I couldn't sit still on my seat because the pain was so excruciating. Anyway, I went back to my original doctor, and she's very hard to get an appointment with. You've got to decide a month ahead you're going to be sick on that day and book an appointment. Anyway, I'd managed to get an appointment with Namali, and as she came and saw me getting out of the seat in the waiting room and then getting into the chair in her surgery, she looked at me and she said, "Oh, we've got somebody here that's got ischial gluteal bursitis." And I said, "Have I? What is that?" I had no idea what she was talking about. But apparently, and I always felt it was in the bone in my bottom that the pain was. So what this is where the hamstrings attached to the sacrum bone. There's a big bursa there. And that had somehow become inflamed. And Namali said that she is the doctor at a nursing home that's local to us. And she said a lot of the elderly patients there, if they have a fall, that's what gets inflamed. And, they haven't broken a hip, but they've got this terrible pain. So I knew exactly what she was talking about. And I said, "But I've had MRIs, I've had CT scans, I've had ultrasounds, and I've had x-rays, and nobody's picked this up." She said, "They need to know exactly what they're looking for." So she sent me for a CT scan, and it came back with, yes, this was ischial gluteal bursitis. And I said to her, "So what's the treatment?" And she said, "Oh, we can do a cortisone injection into your buttocks." And I said, no cortisone going in my body. And I said, "Look, I've spent over $2,000 now. What else can you offer me?" And she said, "Well, there is another process," but she said it's expensive. I said, "Look, I'll do whatever." And it was a case of PRP, where they take the blood out of your arm and spin it and separate the plasma and the platelets. And then you go under a CT scan and the doctor actually injects it into your glutes. So I said, "Yes, okay, I'll have that." So I had one treatment one day on the right buttock and then the left buttock the next day. And it felt okay for a couple of hours, but then the pain came back again. And so 6 weeks later, we repeated the procedure. And again, the day of the procedure, whether it was because, everything was numb or what, but wasn't any pain, but then the pain came back with vengeance. So during this time, I've been going to the same market store where Vanessa is, and she'd only been there maybe 3 months at that stage, Vanessa. And I've been at these markets for 3 years. So everybody that's a stallholder there knows me and knew the pain that I was in. And, you know, they'd help out occasionally because I couldn't, you know, do everything I was supposed to do. Anyway, this particular day, Vanessa came across and said, "You look terrible." And I said, "I feel terrible. I'm in a lot of pain." And she said, "What if I go and get a patch and you go to the bathroom and put it on your bottom?" So I said, "Oh, anything, I'll try anything." And so that's what I did. And I came back to my stall and I was talking to a couple of customers, and then I sat down in a chair and I said to the guy in the stall behind me, "Hey, Greg, did you see that?" He said, "I did." I just sat down like a normal person, and then I stood up. No pain, no grimacing, no, you know, hurting myself getting out of a chair. And I said, "Did you see that?" He said, "Yes." So then I bent down and touched my toes, picked up one of the heavy boxes that I work with, and I said, "Look at this." And so then I raced across to Vanessa's stall, but she wasn't there. So I said to Andrew, "Move out the way, Andrew." And I sat down. I said, "Did you see that?" And he said, "Yes." And then I stood up and I said, "You see that?" And he said, "Yes." All the pain, it's like 20 minutes, and all the pain had gone out of my body. I had no pain in my buttocks. I had no pain in my adductors. I could get up and down out of a chair. I could bend down. It was amazing. And so I went and found Vanessa, and she was chatting with a couple of women that I know. And I explained the same thing to them. And in the meantime, other stallholders had seen me walking around like nothing was wrong with me. And they're all coming over and saying, "What have you done? What's happened?" Earlier in the day, I couldn't even set up my stand. I'd had to get the other guys to do it for me. So that was my one patch wonder. And that's now 9 weeks ago. And I still have no pain at all. And I'm sleeping much better. My energy levels are much better. And everything's just changed. But what happened was I went, as soon as the market's finished, I went straight up to Vanessa and signed up with the silver kit. And she kindly gave me a sleeve of X39s to go home and keep patching with. And on the Monday, the Tuesday, and the Wednesday, my friends and acquaintances and family all saw me for the first time in nearly 12 months with no pain. And I could see the interest of others wanting to have what I had. They wanted the patches to get better from various things. And so on the Wednesday night, I said to my husband, "I think I could do this as a business. I could share this with others." And so I rang Vanessa and I signed up. I upgraded to a diamond kit. And so now, 8 weeks later, well, it was actually like 7 weeks later, I became director. So I've signed up personally, I've signed up over 25 people, and I've got probably 45 people in my team, because those that have signed are signing others as well. So initially my thought was to help other people with their health, but then I realized I had a number of friends in my age group who needed financial stability as much as I did. And so I reached out to them, and they were some of the first people that I brought on board. And without seeing a patch, these two girls don't even live in Brisbane where I live. One of them doesn't even live in the same state, but just on my say-so and my story, they signed up with diamond kits straight away, and they're building a business now. And I was talking to one of them today, and she's looking at getting to senior director to go to Vietnam with us, because that's my intention now. So you know, it is a company that gives hope, and it is a company for wellness and wealth, but it's the community and the testimonies that I'm hearing are just amazing. And I think if you share testimonies with everybody, someone will relate, either themselves or someone in their family. And so that's how you can connect with people and get them on board. Yep.
We love you, Sue. We love having you on the team. And
Absolutely.
we love your
Now,
passion for helping people. It's always been about that. It's always going to stay
Yeah.
about that. And to watch this like really help build another whole area of your life for your future. And I love your passion to see people in their retirement years as well just feel financially secure. This is a
Yeah.
really nice company. And we're going to shift gears in a second and actually talk into that. But if Ange is on, this has been actually like this is longer than usual around storytelling, but we really think the power of storytelling is important. And so we wanted to give this the focus tonight. Then we'll shift into the business. But Ange, if you are on, would you just unmute? Because I think we're really tapping into some different generational expressions of how this can help. And Ange has a daughter, and we too as well have teenage daughters where this patch has been life-changing. But Ange, do you want to just share for a second?
Sure, thank you. I personally feel amazing from using the patches, but when Vanessa asked me today if I could contribute some sort of story, some sort of, hope, I guess, from my generation of being a mother to a 16-year-old daughter. If anybody's been there, you know that it can be a little bit touch and go. So I've definitely the whole house feels a little bit more at peace. She's a busy rower, so early mornings, really long days. Sometimes they're like 12 to 14-hour days. So, she has a tendency to come home pretty tired, pretty sort of aggressive, let's say. But we've definitely noticed that she's got a very nice, stable mood throughout the whole month, which has been amazing. So she's been patched for 5 weeks. And when she's rowing, she's putting the energy enhancers on her as well. She hurt her wrist the other day, so there's an Eon patch going on that inflammatory spot. So we're just really working with, somebody that's not necessarily looking at it from an anti-aging or reverse aging perspective. We're looking at just keeping everything running absolutely optimally, and it's the best $6 you could spend. So from my perspective, we're all happy. And our 18-year-old son tomorrow, he's wearing them as well. So 2 very happy teenagers. And in fact, we did run out of X39. So it was great to have a little few days there where the kids could gauge that they didn't have it, and they definitely noticed it. Even my son said, when are the X39s coming? And in that case, because we had some carnosine and energy enhancers, we swapped out the X39 for the carnosine and the energy enhancer. We just experimented, and that was a really good combo. But really happy to get our X39s back onto them. So all in all, we're very, very happy.
Love it. Again, love having you in this community with us too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your whole family have stories to share too. So I love what Ange just referenced. We basically, Andrew, we call the X39 is like
it's the superstar patch. So to me, it's the David Beckham. So it is, everything else supports that. All the other patches are support patches,
yes, and
but the
awesome.
X30, which they're amazing, but they're not regenerating your stem cells. The X39 is the superstar.
Yeah.
So whatever you're ordering, we always say it's X39 plus, but it's always, always, always X39.
Yeah. So we'll often say, listen, in your auto ship, let's get you exposure to one of those other support patches.
Yeah.
But we want you to definitely have on your body to reset that X39. So we're just going to shift gears and just share now for these last few minutes, and understand if we need to honor time and people need to hop off. But this to us feels like the most exciting part in terms of what this means for you, how to get it, how to get the product, and how to share it. So anything you need is going to be at thisisit.info.com. In fact, just put it on your phone right now. It's incredible. It's got short videos, long form videos, interviews with integrative doctors, what are stem cells, other doctors that are using it. Our sales team out of the US, that Andrew will reference in a minute, have really designed this to be a one-stop shop for information. No link goes into anyone's order form. It's just pure information. There's a backslash called testimonials. you'll just literally be able to see a whole body of a person and see all different testimonies from parts of their body, including some life-changing testimonies from children, and some stories from parents on that as well. So have a look at that. It's the one we share out with everyone. So we're just going to talk, we are going to talk business for a moment, because you actually can't not talk it, as everyone's just shared. So we're just going to talk about the caliber of the company and just what this means in terms of flow back and how you can get your product.
Yeah, so for some people, it's just about their health. Others, it's about their health and their wealth. And for people in between that just want to have their products paid for, because as we know, times can be tough for a lot of people, and this can help to get healthy without the additional cost. And so when we look at this company, what we love about it is it's now a 20-year-old company. It didn't just start yesterday, all of a sudden, you know, like fireworks and poof, it's gone. It's 20 years old. It went from 20 million in 2021 revenue as a company to 320 in 2022, 430, going to $500 million this year. And so this has skyrocketed from, I think, 10 or so countries, 20 countries, to now 100 countries and growing in the world. It is this, for the, like Ange said brilliantly, for the cost of a flat white, you can have this patch on you every day, age reversing, working with your stem cells, bringing back that energy and vitality and life for the cost of coffee. And so this company has a massive future ahead of it. It's not a Me Too product. It's like, oh, what, you know, supplements do you have, or what oils do you have? And all those things are great. Don't get me wrong. We use a lot of that stuff, not so much supplements anymore with this, but we still encourage people that need that and to have that if different seasons of their life. But it's not just a, what's yours, this is mine. No one else has this. It is a patented technology, and we have it for at least another 6 years before he evolves it into something even better. So as far as a business opportunity goes, that was really important to me, because it means that we have no competition.
It's actually 16 more years, 17 still on the patent itself. So
exactly.
This company is the key distributor across the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's amazing. So what that just means is, when we look at some stats, and we do love to show them, basically what happened with Lifewave when it comes to direct selling, he chose direct selling on purpose. Some people are like, oh, I don't like the direct selling, that it is direct selling. Well, David Schmidt himself talks about the fact that he learnt this technology person to person, and the fastest, most effective way to get it into countries globally is a direct selling model. Here in Australia, it's TGA approved. It's got no limits how to get in here. The warehouse is in Melbourne. It's incredible that that's happened for us here. But this across the world has exploded. So Lifewave has become the #1 momentum company in direct selling in the world right now. Actually, sorry, in the US right now, but it's even breaking records. South Korea just opened up. It broke records. They only let 100 companies in direct selling, and it's broken incredible records there. So it really is, from a business investment point of view, it's a great company to partner with.
And then the team we're a part of, This Is It team, is the #1 team in direct selling in the US and in this company. So we're a part of the winning team. And that's why when you jump on thisisit.com, you're going to see they are high energy and incredibly passionate. And I love that, because they want you to succeed. They want you to get healthy. And you look at them in the age and season they're in, and what they bring and presence and how they look. And it's inspiring to be a part of a team like this.
Yeah. We personally are loving getting to know Steve and Gina. So they're the real deal. They really, truly want you to win in life, and in your health, in your wealth, in your families, and in life.
Exactly. So we always ask, what's the most important thing in your life? Because I don't think we always stop to really ask ourselves these reflective questions about the why behind the what. Is it family? No, it is for us. Time? Absolutely. Freedom, security, travel. Maybe you've always wanted to book that trip to Paris or Italy, but it's always been so far off. Better health, less debt. We believe this can be a part of seeing some of those dreams come true as we share this business it's not sell this business. It's just share. It's a business built on sharing.
Yeah.
And the direct selling model as a business is one of the fastest growing models in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it more and more resonate with the millennial generation and the Gen Z generation. And so this is not going away. And it's a share the wealth type of business model. And that's why we love it.
Yeah, and we personally, as a testimony, a business testimony, we came into this company 6 months ago, and we came back to be closer to family this side of the world. We've lived overseas for 9 years, and we now have kids that have moved back overseas, and we have realized this is allowing us some financial freedom that we didn't actually know. We had a few other businesses, but the untapped and unlimited potential when you share and help others, and the flow down and flow around here, it's actually allowing our dreamer to awaken at a whole nother level. The way we've released our children, the confidence that we can go there and back, the way this is, potentially, and we don't make claims income wise, we're allowed to say this, this is all built on, you're working and you're sharing and you're building. If you want to treat this as a hobby, it's an amazing hobby. If you want to treat it as a full-blown business, well, that's kind of where we're at, where really this is as if I could have gone out and get a job. We're able to really just see that flow come in. So,
and it could be an additional to all that you're doing.
So that's like, our Tessa, who's a senior presidential, she just retired herself from her full-time job 8-10 months in. She waited, she was a single parent. And so we understand that, and we love working with whatever your dream is. And if you say, actually, I have a financial goal, we get to, as a team, help just set up what could that look like and how could you achieve that. So it's been really exciting to work with people on that. On that particular opportunity for you.
Yeah, plus there's incentives to travel, as we heard from some of the testimonies and everything. So it's an incredibly generous company. So the compensation plan is the best we've ever seen. This literally, to begin with, is share with 4 people. You share with 4 people, that team commission, and the more people you share with, just on this part of the compensation plan, you can earn up to $25,000 each week from binary as this grows.
And people do.
And people do. And we've seen their checks. And so people are being rewarded generously for not just their time, but serving people. And that's what we see with this, because we're seeing so many different results and people's lives change. It's all about serving others, and it builds your life as well. But it's just starting with sharing with 4, and that starts the compensation plan coming back for you.
So for you just might say, I want to cover next month of this. We've got retiree friends all over that are saying, if I could just cover my own expenses, like Andrew said, that's a game changer for them. Otherwise, it just flows. So you can personally sponsor as many people as you want. It's unlimited. And then when they sponsor and they sponsor and they sponsor, what begins to happen? No one loses. Every time someone comes in and starts to share, the company just says, thank you. And says, I'm going to give them commission, but I'm going to give you commission because you introduce them. And we're going to give 3 layers down, every personally sponsored. So what this means is there's 4 ways you get paid. And this is the really, really powerful way, because when other people start to share, what happens is you wake up in the morning to what is called leveraged income. No one's missing out on their commission, but their company just adds more commission in. And that's the power of going to bed at night, doing what you do naturally, sharing naturally, and waking up to money in your account.
They're literally looking for ways to compensate you. And that's what we love about it. So 3 down 25% on the first, 20% on the second, 20% on the third. And whoever invited you to this can spend some more time with you explaining all of this.
Yeah. So we'd love to just say at this time, there's old school paper forms that someone can just email you right now and say, hey, this is how you order. Otherwise, they have a link and they have their own online app. And so you can do it any way that you want. But actually, we don't want to just send links out. We actually want to know, like, what's going on? What are you believing for? What do you need help with in your health? And then we'll make sure that we get you the right price, the right budget that you have? Is it for you and your family? Let's just have the quick conversation with your brand partner that invited you, and we would love to get this to you. When it comes to this particular structure, timing is everything. It gets exciting. If your friends just launched a business and said, come online and listen to this presentation because I'm learning as I go, then you're going to absolutely say, yeah, I want to be doing this with you now. You're a brand partner. And so they're going to be learning as well. So there's all the support around the community of this. And we just want to set you up well. And we're off going to be training our new brand partners how to take those orders. So we get to meet everyone in the process, a whole bunch of our teams. So we love that. So get started. But if you actually get in early with your friend who invited you as a brand partner, that's a pretty key place in their business to just see flow back happen in your own life as well.
That's right. So we've made it simple with 3 different packages. It's the silver, the gold, and the diamond package. So we say for the silver package, if you're on your own or you're with one other person, either your partner or a child, it's a great place to start.
Yeah.
And everything, whatever you're paying for that package, you get product for that package. And it's a one-off fee. So it's not you're paying that every month. And so that's $2.99 for 3 sleeves, which is 3 months, 1 month each, of the X39, the superstar patch that gets your stem cells regenerating and going. But for many other people, gold as a family, or those that want to start building the business. So with the silver, you can start referring people and be able to start generating some finance back to pay for your product. And so for many people, that's great for them. It's predominantly about health. But for those who say, hey, I'd like to start this as a business and see where this goes, either small or large, and I have a family, well, for $4.99 US, and it's US dollars because they're in 100 countries. So to change the dollars for every country would be a nightmare. So they've made it really simple for us all. $499.95 with 5.5 sleeves. So 5 months of the X39. And again, whoever you spoke to that you'll go back to about this, they'll explain more of all the opportunities with this for you. But there's also a support patch that I've briefly spoken about that comes with this. So this helps you to start building the business at the greatest compensation rate. And so for many people, this is really interesting for them. And then for others, the diamond pack, which is really what we call and what the company calls the entrepreneurs pack, which is for those who go, I see the opportunity with this. For me, at first, I was, Australian and a bit like, what's a patch? But my best friend of 25 years told me about it. The greatest currency in life is trust. And so I trusted him and what it was doing in his life. And I saw the opportunity. And so I said to Vanessa, we want to build 7 streams of income in our life. Let's jump on this. So we jumped in on the diamond pack. And what that does is that gives you all of those 19 sleeves. And again, the person who bought you, he can work with you on the best way to do that. But what it also does is it helps you to start patching other people, giving them an opportunity to get the benefits and to see if they're interested in the product. It means you can look after all of your family. And also what it does is it means for 3 months, you are at the senior director position in compensation, which means every time you onboard another diamond, you receive 500 US back. And so within 3 diamonds, you paid your investment back. And Vanessa, with our team of almost 400 now coming, we work with everybody who starts at a diamond. That for those that want to build this business, that within a month to try to look to have their investment paid for, as they've also helped other people that are excited to build this business start at diamond as well. And so they are initial investments that you make. You get full product, and at the wholesale rate, you actually get it with the diamond rate of $84.95, usually $99.95 US. So you're also getting the best rate with that.
You can't invest in a turnkey business for this price anymore. We've got people wanting to buy franchises of gyms and different amazing brick and mortar businesses, but the risk factor in this day and age is high.
That's like $500,000 to $1 million just for that gym.
So for us as entrepreneurs, we just knew this is a good business to invest in, and also a company that is going places, and it's a technology that's cutting edge. So
and we're seeing
really
results.
important to us.
We're seeing incredible results results.
Yeah.
Even if I can say briefly, for me, I have a blood condition. It's got a long name. My blood platelets, most people are around 70. Mine's up to 1,000, which is all the bad stuff. I've had it for 16 years. I've been tracking my blood count every 3 months now with blood tests. It went up initially, was high at 888, went to 960 something. And just in the last 3 months with X39, it's come down to 849, and usually it doesn't go down. So the next 6 months are going to be really important for me. So we're seeing it in our life and so many hundreds of people's lives.
So don't tell us genetic disorders can't reverse, because they can. And so this is hope for everyone. So
Exactly.
we are so excited to just see what this looks like for you. We have an incredible structure as a team, like we said, business, all the resources you need, and people that want to champion whatever it is that you want to create. So this is your time. We love the word here, hope. Just know that there is hope for your health
ever before.
and hope for whatever this looks like for your wealth as well, and your family and freedom. And so just jump on this page. Once you start patching, there's thousands, 15,000 plus people that are going to cheer you on, answer your questions. In July, if you'd like to be on a convention with us online, if you don't want to fly to Orlando, we're going to just make sure that this team has all the resources we need here in Australia to see this just go like crazy. Basically, this is taking Australia by storm. You won't probably go past the 6 degrees of separation without seeing someone with a patch, but you are still ground floor. This is ground floor opportunity here in Australia, New Zealand, Asia, around the world. So anyone that's come to your mind right now, this is the time to send them the information, get on a call with us, with your team, with your brand partner that introduce you, because you're going to go to bed tonight with so many names on your heart of people that need this hope.
Exactly.
So thank you for being on with us.
And the last thing I would say is nothing's going to change if you don't jump on this and give it a go. And so what is 3 to 6 months when it comes to everything else we invest in for our health? Call that person, text them and say, hey, can I have that call? And because as soon as you make the decision to say yes, you're like ready to get these patches, and we want to get them to you as fast as possible. So we look forward to hearing your stories of transformation and healing and hope, and look forward to who you help because of that.
So thanks for joining us tonight. Look forward to getting to know you in the future in this growing community. Thank you.
Have a great night.
Well done.